The world's largest miner just invested $13.5 million in this junior exploration company. They've got a project up in BC, copper and gold, and we're talking to the CEO about why they invested, what do they see, and of course, who is the company that just invested that much money into a junior exploration company. Stay tuned for more. I'll have the CEO with me in 1 second. Welcome to SF Live. This is a breaking news special. I'm joined in a few short seconds by the CEO of Brixton Metals. Gary Thompson will be joining us, and we'll discuss the breaking news from this morning. And BHP, the world's largest miner, is investing $13.5 million, or actually up to $13.9 million. We'll ask Gary where the discrepancy comes from in a second, into Brixton Metals. That's a fantastic announcement this morning. Make a huge stamp of approval for the company, and they'll become a 19.9% shareholder. Feels like I gave everything away, but let me bring my guest on the screen. Gary, it's great to see you, and congratulations on the fantastic news this morning.
Hey, Kai. Yeah, good to see you. And yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, of course, like congratulations are in order. The market is honoring it as well because it was an above market financing. Run us a bit through the deal, run us through the terms, and how did it come together?
Well, yeah, I mean, the deal is obviously interesting for little Brixton. It's basically, like you say, it's an above market deal. It was priced at 18 cents, and BHP is going to be 19.9% shareholder on closing. And you mentioned a discrepancy. It's not really a discrepancy. Our second largest shareholder is Crescat Capital, and Crescat has top-up rights under our last financing agreement with Crescat, and they're now 13.5%, something like that. So we provided them notice, and so they can top up as well. And so that's where the difference is. If Crescat tops up, then I think that's an extra 2 million potentially from there, and then BHP will just increase their full allotment. So if both companies fully subscribe, then it would be close to about a $16 million financing, and we'd have BHP as 19.9 and Crescat maintaining their 13.5 or 14, depending on exactly where they are.
I think that's amazing news. $16 million in this environment, massive. Of course, a bit of dilution, but yes, great deal. What are they seeing? Like, what's BHP's like? And I know you can't speak for BHP, but you've had discussions with them. Like, what sort of attracted them to Brixton and the Thorn project?
Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah, why BHP invested in Brixton? And I think it's really all about the copper. If you look at the Thorn project, obviously it's a massive mineral claim holdings. It's in fact one of the largest mineral claim contiguous blocks in Canada, and certainly the largest in BC, in an underexplored area. And so obviously we've been sort of really gunning for this kind of opportunity to attract one of the major companies. And I've always said that this is the kind of project that the majors would like to own. Stable jurisdiction, no shortage of copper targets, and you've been out to site, and I guess you probably didn't appreciate it, as probably most people don't really appreciate the scale and scope of the project until you go to site there. It is just a massive project.
Absolutely. Flying over it was just eye-opening, I have to admit. So that really changes perspective as well. Because if you look at it in a PowerPoint slide, and I make that mistake every single time. I look at it and it's like, oh, it might be a little small, or like not even small, but you don't grasp perspective. You don't grasp dimensions as well, right? So
Yeah.
with BHP on board now, what is the relationship like? I know the press release talked more about the financing, but with them being a 19.9% shareholder, are they getting a ROFR? Are they getting a board seat? What's the technical sort of exchange going to look like?
Yeah, there's a number of parts to that. They do have the right to nominate someone to the board. We usually have our board meeting, or our AGM rather, will come up in probably April, May. So they can nominate. They're not obligated to, but they have the right to nominate somebody to the board. And then we'll form a technical committee which will comprise two BHP technical members and two from Brixton. And then that's really just to help govern the direction of the exploration program that we're going to undertake. Most of this of these funds will be directed to exploration, so we're going to have a pretty healthy program for 2023. And we ended the season with 3 drills, and I think we're probably heading towards 4 drills, which is a record. I think we drilled about 18,000 meters in 2022, so I would expect to see significantly more coming out of Thorn on 2023.
Fantastic. Yeah. And you mentioned the drill program. So just going to follow up there. Are you planning to drill through the winter? I've been to the camp. It looks like it could handle winter conditions, but would it make sense? Or is the cost benefit just not given? It's just too far north.
Yeah, it really is a cost benefit analysis. I mean, you could pretty much do anything with the right amount of money, but yeah, we're closed down for the season now. We just closed the camp last week. So winter is starting to set in there, and let that happen. And we were in there in May this year, and the goal would be to same thing, get back in there perhaps late April, early May. As soon as that airstrip is clear of snow, I mean, we fixed wing in a lot of supplies and people. So once that airstrip is open, then we can, basically start the drills turning.
Yeah, fantastic. And you've been one of the first companies, as you just mentioned, out on site in May. You were one of the first ones from the Northern BC Golden Triangle sort of to come out with results as well. And then it went quiet, right? So I looked at the news releases, like, did I miss anything? Like, I was looking at it, like, did I miss a press release or so? But you've done a financing in mid-September. You've announced now the deal with BHP. And I have to admit, I thought there was like a blackout period while you're negotiating with BHP or so since in between, because I expected drill results to come out. Where are the results, Gary?
Well, I guess you could ask the lab that. We have the same question on a regular basis. Yeah, we certainly got good attention early on. In fact, we got record turnaround early part of the season. We were quite surprised and actually thought, wow, they really got it together, and we're going to have a great normal season for turnarounds. But as we approach the end of the season, it's gotten worse, I think, than last year from timelines, and I think now we're probably pushing 3 months to get turnarounds. And the reason we topped up kind of mid to late season is that we were running close to the end of the existing budget that we had, and we still felt that we had a good amount of drilling in front of us that we could do. So we didn't want to give up the season. We had good success. Visually what we're seeing is good, and so we wanted to keep the ball rolling, and we brought in a 3rd drill just to help with some of the deeper drilling there.
Yeah, you're talking about the September financing there.
Yeah. So basically, it's a waiting game now, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing assays well into the new year with the work we did. Now we're done with end of October or so. Add 3 months onto that, and we should be starting to see most of those results behind us.
Yeah, almost a welcome break now with winter coming in, so you can analyze some of the results and start planning forward, I guess, or plan, next steps, I guess.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of data to come in. I think, 18,000 meters drilled, and I think we've released maybe 3,000 or something to date. So we do have a lot of results yet to come.
Fantastic. Gary, any other catalysts or any other news we should be looking forward to that we're just, besides drill results, not really aware of?
Obviously, drill results coming. I mean, we had good success out of Metla surface sampling. We're pretty excited about this new Metla target. With the surface sampling, obviously, we need to get back there next year and do some more follow-up. But I think we're onto a pretty exciting new target there at Thorn. And we're just gearing up, actually, to do a little bit of work out at Langus to shift gears a little bit to do some work on the nickel cobalt silver opportunity we have in Ontario. So a fairly small budget, but we're probably looking at about 5,000 meters that we can get done this year, and then that'll probably be enough for us for this year, and then we'll start to shift focus back to Thorn, over the winter months and get ready for the next season up there.
Yeah, fantastic. You'll have your hands full, that's for sure. And
Yeah.
Congratulations again on the deal with BHP. Phenomenal. There's only one other company that I know that secured money from BHP in recent months. So And that's Philo Mining. Fantastic. So they must like what they're seeing. And congrats, Gary. Can't wait to host you in Frankfurt. We'll see each other in, what is it now? In 16 days, 15
Oh,
days,
yeah.
16,
Yeah,
16
looking
days.
forward to it. Yeah,
16
thanks
days.
again. Appreciate that.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And everybody else, if you haven't signed up, just take a look here. Deutsche Goldmesse up there in Frankfurt in person. So if you're an accredited investor, make sure to drop by and meet the company. It'd be fantastic to introduce you. Gary, thank you so much. And we'll be back with lots more. Quick word for me. Make sure to follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, hit that like and subscribe button. We do a lot of corporate interviews, a lot of macro discussions. We talk US dollar, Fed, gold, silver, copper, obviously, as well. And follow us, leave a comment, leave a like, and we'll have much, much more for you. I'm sure you'll enjoy the content. Thank you so much.